People have told stories of the strange and supernatural for centuries. Tales of the restless dead return to haunt the living. Whispers of damned souls doing the devil's bidding on earth. Rumors of inhuman things that still hunt the old forests, untouched by the glare of modern life. There may be more to these stories than you could ever imagine. Join us tonight as we delve into the deeper truth inside these mysteries.
Ahoy and welcome to this belated show. Right, sorry for the delay in the show. Obviously went to York this weekend and we had quite a bit to drink. Hence why Andy's not with me tonight. Officially, he has a head cold. But obviously you want to know the unofficial reason. The unofficial reason is he can't handle his drink. And I can say that because he's not here to defend himself. Right, tonight I'm going to be talking about Holland Road and the story of the Pigman. Now this will be a short show because obviously, like I say, I'm on my own, but I just wanted to get some out for you guys. I just want to welcome Jackie Grimes to the realms of Patreon. Thank you very much, Jackie. Some of you may have seen Chelsea in her stunning t-shirt. If you haven't, you can look at that on the Facebook group, or I will be placing it on the website, so hopefully when this episode airs, it'll be up. If not, it'll be up by the weekend, so check that out. Right, let's get into the story. So this is mostly urban legend, okay? And it takes place in Angola, which is a village in Erie County, New York. Holland Road then. Let me set the scene a little bit. Holland Road is a mile-long stretch of road. Unassuming road, you may say, secluded and flanked by woods on either side. If you drive along Holland Road, the only thing that breaks up the monotony is the two tunnels which carry railway tracks over the road. The tunnels are not very far apart, and it's on one of those tunnels where tragedy struck on December 18th, 1869, when the last two cars of the Buffalo and Erie Railroad's New York Express derailed, fell down the embankment and burst into flames, injuring over 100 people, killing 50. It's said that 3 of the survivors were so badly burned you could hardly recognise them as human anymore. Now this may be, or may not be, where we get the name Pigman first appearing. The place itself is a magnet for ghost hunters, as the ghost of the train, which derailed in 1867, can frequently be seen. People have seen lights coming down the track, but no train. People have heard the rumble of the tracks and the noise of a train, yet no train appears. Other people claim to have heard the whistle of a train in the night air. Some fortunate, or maybe less fortunate, people have actually seen the train. When driving up Holland Road, the train appears over the tunnel but comes to an abrupt stop, which is impossible for a train of this size, before moving on and gradually disappearing into thin air. Now Holland Road is affectionately known by the locals as Pigman Road, and this is due to the fact that in the 1950s, 60s, tales of a deranged butcher with the head of a pig started to circulate in the area. Now the ghost of Pigman is still said to haunt the place, but when Pigman was alive, he may have been a butcher. Some say he was a farm worker, but all the stories say to keep people away from his property, which was located between the two bridges, he would stake the heads of pigs around the fence of his house to keep away unwanted trespassers. But 2 boys, brave or naive, decided to venture onto Pigman's property. They weren't scared of Pigman. It's just a guy wearing the mask of a pig. What could be so worrying? As they approached the property, Pigman heard them coming. He raced after him and shot both the boys. Yep, and you've guessed it. He decapitated them and placed their heads, along with the pigs, on spikes around his home to warn off other would-be trespassers. Well, as you can imagine, the locals, and especially the parents, weren't too happy about this situation and decided to rise up, grab their pitchforks and their torches and head to Pigman's property, where it is alleged they burnt it to the ground with Pigman inside. The squeals of a pig could be heard into the night air, and still are heard to this day. Now, the ghost of Pigman is still here today, but like all these good urban legends, for this to work you need to perform a ritual. Like, for example, in the case of Candyman. You have to say Candyman 3 times into the mirror and then he appears. Well, Pigman's got a slightly better version of this. You have to stop your car in between the 2 tunnels, turn off your lights, then flash your high beams 13 times. On the 13th time, you better get ready to go, because this is where people have reported hearing squeals of a pig, the sharpening of knives, even the screams of murder. Other people claim their car, as they sped away, was attacked by what can only be described as the body of a man, the head of a grotesque pig, wielding an axe. Some people don't even make it as far as between the tunnels. Venturing into the tunnels, during the daytime, you'll see it strewn with graffiti. Graffiti that tells you to stay away. The graffiti has been put there by the victims of Pigman, some saying that he attacked the car, others saying that they heard the noises, others even claim that Pigman raped them. Well, that's the story of Pigman, and if you like, it's one of these traditional urban legends, you know, like the rite of passage, if you will. And around my way, Grimsby in England, there's not a lot to do. And for our rite of passage, it was to go into this abandoned church. Now, this church had been sat on Holland Road and just round the corner from my school growing up, and it had been abandoned, you know, derelict for quite a while. All the glass had been removed. And I'm not sure if I told this story on the show before, but when we was all about 14, 15, 16, we would go inside this church regular, just to have a look around and piss about. But every now and again, but at the back of the church, there was a real dark room. It was like an internal room. It had no windows, only the door at the front leading into it. And it was pitch black. Now, the stories of monks being seen in there and all sorts of shit, you know, got passed around. So we used to dare each other to go stand in the room. If you like, this was our rite of passage. And yes, being 15, at the end, if you went into this room and you came out alive, you would receive the riches, you would receive the booze, the drugs, the girls. Everything a 15-year-old boy could really want in Grimsby. So, it was my turn to go in to the dark room. All that shimmering gold was waiting for me if I could just go into this room and stay in there for 5 minutes without a torch. So I went in the room. I got about 6 yards into the room and a pigeon came out and I shit my pants. I went running off. So that didn't go so well. But I did eventually go back in that room and stay for the 5 minutes and was accepted into the brotherhood of the boys in my neighbourhood. But that room itself was creepy, and me and my friend, I think I told this before, but one of my friends called Alan, he was quite the intelligent one of the group, really. And one day he brought along a torch. Okay, so this room, no one had ever seen the inside of this room. This is back before the days of mobile phones. I mean, now you just get your phone out and you light the room up. But this is, like I say, back in the day, you couldn't do that. So he had the the intelligence to bring along a torch. So this is it. We're going to look in this room. We're going to see what's really in there. There could, so he gets there. He's, dreaming a treasure, or something in there still. Anyway, he gets there. Goes in the room. He turns his torch on. We have a look around, and all that was in there was a desk and a few books that had been left. And like I say, the windows of this church, the stained glass, had all been removed. So the windows were just open. No wood on them or anything like that. One boarded up. And we was looking through these books, and it was all just church books. Anyway, one of these books, he just picked off the shelf at random, opened it, and stamped inside the cover, it said, "Do not remove from the church." And us being kids and bravado and everything, he said, "Ha, fuck that." Took it out the room and launched out the window. And it literally went out the window, maybe 2 seconds, and it flew back in, past us both. We were still stood looking at each other. Flew past us both and hit the inside wall of the church. We've never seen two boys run faster than that. But yeah, that's the story of our rite of passage. I'd love to know yours, so if you have local ones that you wish to share on the show, please send them to me at supernaturalpod. That's supernaturalpod at gmail.com. That's the email. Send them along to me, and I'll read them out if they're good. I'll read them out if they're not good. Got to fill the air somehow, haven't I? Anyway, this has been a short show. Thanks for bearing us with us this week. Obviously, like I say, we was away and is drunk. So we will see you on, well, definitely this weekend. There'll definitely be a show. So thank you for bearing with us. Send us some love. Show us some love. If you like the show, please share it everywhere you can. People always ask us, we're on Android. We can't leave reviews. Well, just share the show. That helps us out massively. Share it on all your social media. You don't have to say that you're into this stuff, because I know a lot of people don't like that. You could just say, "Look at this show that I aired the other day. What do you think?" You don't have to say, "Oh, look at this really good show." You don't have to do that. But if you do want to do that, that's great. That's even better. But never mind. Check out Chelsea's t-shirt on the website if you're into that sort of stuff. And I wake up every morning and I look forward to reading emails from people who've listened to the show saying how they enjoy it, which parts they enjoy the best and that. I look forward to all that. Look forward to reading your reviews. I know we don't say it enough, but we really do appreciate everything you do for us. And yeah, thank you very much, and long may it continue. I'll see you on the other side. Ta-ta.
Well, they've gone. No, just for now. It wasn't the right time for us to meet. But there'll be other nights, other stars for us to watch. They'll be back.